Good morning. I am Assistant Chief Melanie Rucker, Melanie Rucker. At approximately 5 a.m. this morning, our fire crews were dispatched and responded to this location, 10th and Lake Street here, to heavy smoke showing. Upon arrival, we found heavy smoke and fire showing from the rear of the building. Our fire crews immediately set up to go defensive. The building was secure completely around, and the fire had already started to breach the roof area with possible signs of spalling coming through the concrete in the rear. So the fire was going pretty well once we did arrive. Our fire crews set up our aerial ladder water towers to spray heavy amounts of water onto the fire to extinguish the fire and to contain the fire spread. And we also attempted to hook into the sprinkler system and pump into the sprinkler system to see if that would help aid in stopping the fire spread throughout the building. There is a partial collapse in the rear of the building. All of our fire crews are away from that collapse zone to make sure that they're safe. At this time, we have not been able to make entry into the building to make sure to do our searches. We normally try to make entry to do searches to make sure there is no one inside the building, but we have not been able to make entry. We did check the doors surrounding the building, and we did not locate any breach or any thing that from the doors. So, and right now we don't know how the fire has started. We're just trying to contain it right now. We have our gas and electric companies on scene to make sure that all the utilities are shut off. There is some, we have our Xcel Energy with the gas company. They are working on shutting off the gas from the exterior through the street to make sure that is completely shut off to the building.
Was there gas and electricity in the building or just to the building?
We are we're hearing that there is gas that is inside the building. The building utilities for the gas possibly were still on. When they did do the shutdown for the electricity, it shut down a few of the businesses around, and they were able to get those businesses back up. So yeah, we're not certain as to, but they did make sure they come out to secure it. If we don't know right now at this time, if they had been shut off previously, but right now we're not thinking they were.
Given that this is a vacant, abandoned building that is expected to be torn down next year, how does that change your approach?
So we will have to leave that up to, later on to see what is going to happen. But because of the extensive damage, that probably is going to happen sooner than later. Again, because we have not been able to make entry, we're going to make sure there is no one inside. We're going to have to take that cautiously as to how we're going to make sure that we do a search as well before we do that deconstruction. Excuse me? I can't give you a definitive time at this time. We're still working to extinguish the fire, and then with the collapse, there is going to be pockets where we're going to have to figure out how to get into those pockets underneath the collapsed roof and some of the collapsed debris in the back.
You mentioned how the doors seem secure. To your knowledge, is there any other way people may have been able to enter the building?
We don't know. We don't know. We're going to have to do that investigation and go around the building once we kind of get it under control and get that fire under control, where we can do a more thorough check.
How might this be related to the events yesterday? My understanding is that MPD did speak with other security that have started the fire.
We don't know. There could be a possibility. We do not know. It's the weather is getting a little colder. And some of our homeless population, they're going to seek warmth. And anytime there's kind of a building where you can get shelter, that has happened in the past. So we don't know right now. So I don't want to speculate as to if anything is related to our homeless, constituents that we just don't know right now.
Did the owners of the building mention anything about any hazardous materials inside?
Right now, I don't believe so. It has been vacant for quite a while, so I don't believe that is a concern at this time.
Can you speak a little to what goes into the decision-making process for defensive approach or offensive?
Yes, because this is a vacant building and all the doors are secure, there is really no life safety threat. And so we risk a lot to save a lot, but we don't want to risk our firefighters going into a vacant building if we don't think immediately there's an immediate life threat. So usually just to, and then also this building, there's not a lot of surrounding exposures that it's going to spread to that we will really need to risk our firefighters' safety to go in. And again, we checked the doors and they seem secure. So we just decided to do the surround and drown because again it's a vacant building and we don't want to risk the safety of our firefighters if we don't feel there's any life safety concerns, immediate life safety concerns that we can see offhand.
Did the firefighters report seeing a bunch of people leaving the scene?
No, we did not. I did not receive a report from our fire crews that they saw, a lot of people around the building.
Do you have any injuries to your crews or anybody in and around the area?
We have one firefighter that tripped, but otherwise nothing that is related to the fire. And that's kind of, caught, when you're kind of walking around and moving things around, but nothing serious with the fire. And again, we made sure that we are out of the collapse zone and because we anticipated when we first arrived that we saw some structure instability. So we make sure we get far enough away that we, don't injure ourselves.
How long of a warning will this be for your firefighters? I'm guessing you'll be watching hot spots after this.
Yes, so we did initially, we call it a second alarm, where we had additional personnel other than our first initial response come out. And we have released those crews because we are, at 8 a.m. is when we do kind of our shift change in our surroundings. So right now we have 3 aerial towers going. That's going to continue that flow, and those crews from those aerial towers will remain on scene. And then, so it will be probably several hours as we're going into just making sure we're getting those hot spots that, are under, the collapse zones in those void areas.
Were there any challenges getting water to this building?
Well, it's just surrounding and the fencing. The property was fenced in, so we had to, get in through the fencing to get our crews to set up, and then also getting hydrants and, spanning. It's a busy street and spanning across the street. So it did take us a little bit of time to get set up. But yeah, again, our crews did, a amazing job to make sure that, we got water on the fire as soon as we were able to, and then making that decision to do an exterior because we made sure that we did check to see if there was any immediate concern for life safety. That is number one and key.
Anything unusual about this fire? Because I saw this corner here, it just kept reigniting.
Yeah, so that's why we always call out the gas company, because if there is a gas-fed fire, sometimes we'll see different color flames. So it could be some metals or it could be gas. So that's why we want to make sure we secure utilities immediately to cut off that feed if it was that feeding the fire.
Lastly, how many gallons per minute do these aerial towers dump on the flame?
Sometimes up 100 or more.
100 gallons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this one's done here. Looks like there's only 2 working now.
Sometimes they'll shut down to readjust their nozzles or to get a different air angle. All right, thank you.